Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. There are stories in the world of sports that transcend mere statistics, that reach beyond the box scores and stat sheets, that defy the expectations written in ink and are instead etched in sweat, pain, perseverance, and unrelenting hope. The return of Dante Exum to the NBA, and specifically his emotionally charged and triumphant resurgence with the Dallas Mavericks, is one of those stories. This isn't just about basketball. This is about redemption. This is about a man who was counted out, doubted, shipped overseas, and all but forgotten, only to fight his way back, not only onto an NBA roster, but into the heart of a franchise that desperately needed his spark. It's the story of a silent warrior, a quiet but powerful reminder that grit, patience, and unwavering belief can rewrite, and Dante Exum's journey back to the NBA has been anything but easy. Once hailed as the future of Australian basketball and a top 5 NBA draft pick, Exum's early promise was overshadowed by devastating injuries, tears, sprains, and setbacks that derailed what was supposed to be a shining career. After struggling through multiple seasons with the Utah Jazz and Cleveland Cavaliers, Exum disappeared from the mainstream spotlight. But while the cameras stopped rolling, his story didn't end. Instead, it was being rewritten in the shadows, in the gyms of Europe, in the EuroLeague arenas, where he clawed his way back into form. With FC Barcelona and Partizan Belgrade, he rebuilt himself, physically, mentally, emotionally, and now here he is, in Dallas, wearing Mavericks blue, not as a forgotten name or a bench warmer, but as a man with purpose, a role player turned difference maker, a comeback kid who has stunned critics and silenced doubters. When Exum signed with the Dallas Mavericks, many fans and analysts dismissed it as a minor move. Depth signing, they said. Injury insurance, others claimed. Few realized that this move would become one of the most quietly impactful decisions of the season. From his first moments on the court, it became clear Dante Exum was not here to simply fill a roster spot. He was here to compete, to elevate, to contribute meaningfully in ways that numbers don't always show. Throughout the 2024-2025 season, Exum has proven himself indispensable. His defensive instincts are razor sharp. His length, agility, and lateral quickness make him a nightmare for opposing guards. He doesn't need the ball in his hands to affect the game, and yet, when the Mavericks have needed scoring, he's delivered. When they've needed hustle, he's been the first to dive for the loose ball. When they've needed calm in the storm, he's been the voice of experience and poise. There's a beauty in Exum's game that often gets overlooked. He doesn't play for the highlight reel. He plays to win. His backdoor cuts, his help defense, his transition vision, they're subtle but invaluable. Ask Luka Doncic, who has found in Exum a teammate who understands the rhythm and flow of the game. Ask head coach Jason Kidd, who has consistently praised Exum's professionalism, maturity, and readiness. Ask the Mavericks bench, who erupt in celebration every time he hits a big shot or shuts down a top scorer. But perhaps the most emotional element of Exum's comeback has been the sheer resilience it took to get here. After being waived and overlooked, most players would have walked away from the game. Not Exum. He went where the opportunities were, even if it meant playing in unfamiliar countries, against unfamiliar names, in front of smaller crowds. He sacrificed ego for growth. He took the long road when others sought shortcuts. And now, that road has led him to Dallas, to the playoffs, to a team that is surging, and to a fan base that is learning to love his style of play. let's talk about a few defining moments from this season that show just how critical Exum has become. In a tough December game against the Denver Nuggets, Exum came off the bench and delivered a string of defensive stops against Jamal Murray, shifting the momentum and leading the Mavericks to a comeback win. Analysts called it subtle, coaches called it clutch, fans called it Exum being Exum. Then in January, with Kyrie Irving sidelined due to injury, Exum stepped up as a primary ball handler. In 3 consecutive games, he posted double-digit points and assists, showing a flair for timing and decision-making that reminded everyone of why he was once a lottery pick. He wasn't flashy, but he was efficient, unselfish, and smart. More importantly, he was fearless. And let's not forget the post-game interviews, where Exum, soft-spoken and humble, refuses to take personal credit. "I'm just happy to help the team," he often says, but the emotion is always there, just under the surface. You can see it in his eyes, the way they light up when teammates hug him, the way he grins when the crowd chants his name, the way his voice cracks slightly when he talks about making the most of this opportunity. Make no mistake, this is more than just a comeback. This is a resurgence. This is the second chapter of a career that was never supposed to happen. And yet, here it is, written not in headlines or hype, but in hard work and humility as the Mavericks charge toward the postseason. Exum's role only grows more important. He is the glue guy, the connective tissue between starters and reserves, between offense and defense. His versatility allows the Mavericks to experiment with lineups, to go small or switch heavy or press full court. His trustworthiness makes him a favorite among coaches. His teammates trust him, the coaching staff trusts him, and perhaps most crucially, he trusts himself. It's been nearly a decade since Dante Exum entered the league with sky-high expectations. It's been nearly as long since injuries robbed him of his early momentum. But now, at 29, he may finally be playing the best basketball of his life. Not because he's scoring 30 points a night, but because he's mastered his role, embraced his journey, and learned to thrive in adversity. And the fans? They're responding. Every time Exum checks in, there's a murmur of anticipation. Every time he scores, there's thunderous applause. Every time he dives for a steal or makes the extra pass, the arena erupts in appreciation, because this is a city that knows hustle. This is a franchise that respects comebacks. And this is a player who embodies everything Dallas basketball stands for: grit, grind, and a little bit of magic. So where does Dante Exum go from here? The answer, as always, is unclear. Injuries remain a looming risk. Roster changes are inevitable. But for now, right now, Dante Exum is not just surviving in the NBA. He is thriving. He is inspiring. And most importantly, he is home. In a league that often discards players who don't immediately fit the mold, Dante Exum has defied the odds. He's turned whispers into cheers. He's transformed doubt into determination. And he's proven that sometimes the greatest stories are the ones we almost forget, until they roar back into view, louder and stronger than ever. Thank you for watching Daily Gossip. Don't forget to subscribe for more emotional sports comebacks, Hollywood updates, and stories that stir your soul. Until next time, keep believing in second chances, because Dante Exum just showed us all why they matter.